Finally, we will take a look at Magic Bullet Looks, the third of the three plugins that we're going to look at. Magic Bullet Looks is the star of the show, sort of their anchor store of the Magic Bullet suite. Now we're going to apply looks here. There's no settings on there again, so our picture hasn't changed. But when we click Edit, we're going to go into a separate application called Looks Builder, and in Looks Builder we're going to find approximately 100 preset looks that can be applied to your clips with one click, sort of how Mojo did it, but these looks are already preset. And now you can edit all the parameters of these looks or start from scratch, create your own color grades, and even save the custom looks and apply them to other clips with the same single click. Just looking at the base settings, you see there are all these looks that are here in the Looks Builder list. There's a whole lot of them. We'll take a look at a few of them. Whoops, and the problem is it keeps, the little magic drawer keeps going away. Now, as we just click once, you'll see the change happen right here on the image. So let's look at Basic Cool. You see that changes. White Diffusion. Let's warm it up a little bit. These are all some basic looks. We can go black and white, and just that quickly the looks change. If we want to go crazy, we bloom it out. There's a lot of crazy looks in here. Color of Hell. Looks kind of, and they're categorized into some things that just kind of give you an example of where they might be used or where you might have seen looks like this. They're trying to emulate looks that you may have seen in music videos, in horror films, or popular films. Here's our blockbuster look. These are all included. Now I do have a separate set of 28 looks called Rebel Epic by Stu Maschwitz, who's part of Red Giant Software, and these are fantastic, and these are sort of some new popular film looks that we have here that you may have seen similar things in other movies. Now, they won't look exactly the same because the base image that I have here isn't exactly the same as others were shot. So what may look like a war movie listed here is not going to look like a war movie in my footage because I didn't shoot it that way. It's sort of a bleached out look that we have. Things can go kind of crazy, easier, depending on what you're looking for. So let's take a look. Let's pick one of them on here. Let's say, where's our the look of the big blockbuster? Here's the look. What we have in the Looks Builder, the set looks are over here. All the tools that build these set looks are on this side, and they're divided into 5 categories that roughly emulate or use an analogy of the motion picture camera process. We have our subject, we have the matte box, we have the lens. So things you apply tools to the lens section would be things you'd find in a lens, like sit up here to lens, and we'll show you, for example, exposures, anamorphic flares, the vignette. In the matte box, you would see things like gradients, filters, diffusers, fog filters. In the camera section would be things more like film stocks or things that screw up making movies, like shutter streaks, our color reversal that would come out through the processing of film, and then post-production adds a lot of other things that we would do for color grading the colors and putting special effects on there. So that's how this works in our analogy down here, camera post-production. You can see in this look, it's a pretty simple look. There's only a few things in there listed on here. Let's get one that's a little more complicated. Let's see if we can find one here. This has a few more in it. We can make adjustments to all these. So, for example, we see this as a little bit kind of oversaturated orangey here. So it's probably something in our 3-strip process, and we can make adjustments. Now there's not much to do with this one. Here we go. We have our gamma gain, and you can see that there are a number of settings that have been applied here. So if we start to adjust these, maybe pull this back, you'll see the effect on the image. Maybe we want to get it not quite so out there. Now we've changed the look to suit our needs. And let's say, we don't like this vignette, or maybe I want to make this vignette even more so. Let's just drag it in here. Now we have a new look on there. Maybe I'd like to increase the fall off a little bit, make it a little softer, harder. We can do all these things, make these instant adjustments, and see what they look like. At any time you can turn one on or off and see the effect that you have on it. If you don't like it at all, you just drag it over here to Mr. Recycling Can and get rid of it. I'm going to see if we want to add something right to the front of this. Let's put a spot fill on her, and you'll see it looks somewhat like the vignette. And let's say we would like to make this phone really stand out in the shot. There's something going on with this phone. People need to know about it. Maybe it's radioactive or something, or it's just important. So because of that, we move the circle onto the phone, and now we're going to come over here to the adjustments on here, and we're going to adjust it. We're going to boost this up, and you see we've added something to it now. We've added a little bit of 100% fill light to that, and maybe we want it to even glow a little bit blue. So we've done a little effect there. Typically the spot fill is used to improve dark spot in an actor or actress's face, but in this case I used it for something else, which was to throw on a sort of glowing phone that she's talking on, and you see the light spills even in a fairly natural way onto there. We have our film curves here, this massive S curve, which works for some footage but not for all, but that gives it that contrast that is typical of film stock versus video footage that we have on there. There's so many tools here, it's hard to go through them all, but it's great to just start from something normal or in their library, and then you can add to it as your heart's content. Once you've put the look together and you say you've got it where you want it, in fact I like this except for I'd like to put a spot fill on her. I'd like to just let the face a little bit brighter. I know I'm doing a day for night here, but I'd like to get this a little bit brighter, so I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to, as you see over here on our f-stops, I'm going to increase the f-stops a little bit, virtually, of course, 0.8 stops, and let's see how that looks. It's not bad, a little too much of the light. I don't want it spilling onto the sky too much behind her, but I just wanted to boost her face up a little bit. And maybe we want to, I don't know, maybe we want to warm it a little bit. We could do that and give it an interesting little look. Once we're done with this, we just simply click OK, stand back, watch your toes, and immediately we come back to Final Cut Pro. The look is applied to your clip, and you're ready to go. Render it out, it's pretty fast, and that's Magic Bullet Looks. Now that's an awesome look. You can see we have the elements that we did in the look are pictured here. And let's take a look at turn it on, turn it off, and see what we've got there. So that's our original footage with Magic Bullet Looks. We turned it into this cool night look on a day for night shot. Maybe twilight here at this point. Very, very simple. That's Magic Bullet Looks. So once again, Mojo, quick, dirty, easy, but very powerful film looks that you can do with some controls. Colorista, to fix footage, blend it together, correct it, make it broadcast quality, or go crazy and put a Navi on Mars. Magic Bullet Looks, over 100 presets, plus your ability to make an unlimited number of other looks and save them and apply them very quickly to clips throughout. And these three are the anchors of the Magic Bullet suite. That also includes some other tools to it. I love this product. It's absolutely amazing. I use Magic Bullet looks on almost everything I do. It's the fastest way to apply a look, to fix something, to just tweak the images, as well as to go crazy if you want to. But it's definitely the fastest way to get a great look for your footage that you could never have done in years past before a tool like this. This is Magic Bullet Looks, part of the Magic Bullet Suite version 10 from Red Giant Software. I'm Peter Bohush. Thanks for watching.